Hey guys, it's Alexis and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is the lazy girl's guide to looking extra poppin' for the holidays. If you're one of those people who is extremely busy, especially around the holiday season, but you have parties to go to and family to impress, and you just want to be looking extra good for the holidays, but you just don't have the time to sit and do a cut crease, glitter this, smoky eye, all of this, lashes. If you just don't have the time but you still want to look amazing, I got you. This is the video for you. I'm going to be going over my tips and tricks on how to make yourself look like you spent so much time on your hair, makeup, and outfit, but really you didn't. So if you want to know how to get this entire look without all the hard work, then just keep watching. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to start with is priming your face, and if you are super lazy and don't have enough time to actually put the primer on and wait for it and all that crap, you can go ahead and use a spray primer. And this is the primer that I use most often. This is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water, but this one is a little bougie. I get it's a little bougie. If you want a cheaper alternative, this is the Milani Make It Last Setting Spray, and I really can't tell a difference, to be honest. Like in either one of these, this one doesn't make anything last. This one just kind of like hydrates the skin, where this one makes your makeup last all day and it helps set the face. So it's really up to you which one you're going to use. I'm going to go ahead and go for the more bougie one because we're trying to be as extra as we can today. And we're going to move on to the face, and we're just going to completely skip over foundation and concealer, and we're going to go right to powder. I'm going to be using a foundation powder because foundation powder is just a lot faster and a lot easier, to be honest. If you don't have time to sit and fuss with a foundation, concealer, set it, all that stuff, and you just want to get it on, and you also want it to look good, obviously, a foundation powder will be for you. This is the Physicians Formula Mineral Wear loose powder. This is talc free, and I have mine in Creamy Natural. For a foundation powder, it has extremely good coverage. So I just take it on this e.l.f. Kabuki brush and I pat it in there, and I go ahead and just put it all over my face. Now obviously if you have dark circles under your eyes or any kind of discoloration to the skin or acne marks or anything like that, you can go ahead and conceal before you use the powder. Honestly, like I said, I just think that this powder has pretty good coverage on its own. Alright, and see, that just took me no time at all, and it looks like I have foundation on. That's crazy. So now we're just going to bronze up the face. We already covered concealing, foundation, and powder all in one step. Now we're going to go on into bronzer. And you guys know that I've been using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. Mine is completely shattered now. I hit pan a while ago, and I've just been crushing up like all of the little pieces that are left and using that as my bronzer. So I'm just going to take a little bit of this and put it on the perimeter of my face. Now we're going to move on to brows. I'm going to be using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow in Chocolate. And for me, the dip brow is the fastest. I actually think that pencils, just me personally, take longer. I'm not one of those people who spends a ton of time on my brows. As you can tell, my brows aren't anywhere near like the Instagram brows or clean or anything like that. So the brows don't take me very long. But what I do to make sure they still look good is I outline the top and make that part as clean as I possibly can get it. And then I do a nice arch and really clean up the tail, and that for some reason just pulls my entire brow together. It looks less bushy and it looks a little bit more clean and put together. And then I just run whatever's left on the brush through the front very lightly. And then I just brush through them, make sure it's all blended. Alright, and there were no cuts in that. I did not cut any part of that out. Did you see how fast that I did those brows? I mean, truly it helps that I have brow hair already. They're not super sparse. and I'm lucky enough that I can just kind of like outline them and fill them in super quick. But a pomade, in my opinion, can do that a lot faster than a brow pencil can. And then you still look put together, like you spent some time on your brows. I'm gonna be honest, I'm sweating a tad, so I'm gonna take my robe off. Alright. Okay, that is better. Whew. So we're gonna go right into the eyes. We're really not gonna do anything too fancy. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this Morphe palette, the 350, and the reason I'm using this is because I feel like this is such a popular palette and a lot of people have access to it or have it, and it's fairly inexpensive. Looks like this if you haven't seen it. I'm pretty sure we've all seen it by now. But we're just gonna go in and we're just gonna do something super simple. I'm gonna go in with this light tan color right here and also this dark, oh where is it? This dark brown right here, this chocolatey brown, those two colors, and that's literally all I'm gonna take. So I'm gonna be using these new brushes that I picked up. These are the Mikasa M-I-K-A-S-A brushes. This is their E330 brush. It just looks like this. It's like a little blending brush. And I'm just going to be taking that first tan color that I pointed out on this fluffy brush. You can use any fluffy brush that you have. I'm just going to be taking a little bit on the brush like this, tapping off the excess, and then we're just going to pop this right in our crease. And you don't really have to be super precise to do this. Anybody with a fluffy brush can do this. And if you don't have the Morphe 350 palette, you can just use a bronzer. Any bronzer that you have, you can just pop onto your crease and it'll do the exact same thing. We're just trying to define the crease a little bit and kind of make our, like shape our eyes a little bit better so that our eyelids don't look super flat. Now with this, you can put on as little or as much as you want. Just run your brush back and forth a couple times just to make sure it is a little bit blended, but like you can go super fast with this. See? And then you're good. So then with the same exact brush, I'm just gonna take the same one. You're gonna go into that darker brown color that I showed you before. Again, just get a tip of the brush, tapping out the excess, and all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna place this in my outer corner. And you can really just let the brush do the work on this. You just place it in the outer corner and just kind of brush it in a triangular motion. So you're gonna go in and in and in and in and in, just like that, really lightly. And then you're just gonna wanna blend it out. Just like that. So you're going in and in and in, doing that same motion but making sure to blend in between. I do small circles also to make sure it's blended, but I definitely keep it in the outer corner as much as I can. And then I go ahead and take the whole brush and feather it through. Alright, and like I said before, you can go darker, you can go lighter. It's pretty customizable to your preference. I'm actually just going to stop here. I think this is good enough. This kind of just like defines the eye and brings it forward and just makes your eyelid, like I said, not look too flat. It just gives it a little something, but you really didn't spend that much time on it. Alright, so moving on with the eyes, you can do a winged liner, you can do just a regular liner, you can do a liner and smudge it out, or you can do what I always do and just do mascara and just kind of like tweak it at the end. I'll explain what I mean by that. But what I do, and this is if I don't want to wear lashes too, what I do is I take my eyelash curler and I go right to the root and squeeze, squeeze, squeeze a couple times. Make sure the lashes are standing as straight up as possible on both sides. Alright, then I'm going to take my mascara. This is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise Mascara in Blackest Black. And I'm just going to apply this as you normally would. I start at the roots and then wiggle my brush up. And I don't know about any of you, but does anybody out there constantly get mascara on your lid? Because I literally cannot avoid it. I always get mascara on my lid every single time I try to do my lashes. It's so frustrating. So what I do is I put my first layer of mascara on. I just make sure that I almost like mold my lashes into place, like exactly where I want them. with the first layer, and then I move on to the other eye and wait for this to dry. Alright, now once the lashes have dried a little bit, I'm going to go back for a second coat. And again, like all my looks, this is pretty, you know, customizable, and it's to your own liking and preference. So if you want to throw on some lashes, you feel comfortable doing that, you feel like you can get those on pretty fast, you can go ahead and put those on. Normally I would, but I figure on like a day where I'm like running late and I really don't feel like being bothered with lashes, this is what I would do. I would just make sure that my real lashes are as long and thick as I could possibly get them with mascara alone. Do you see the difference with the second layer? I really just make sure to make them stand as straight up as possible, and then I want them to be as dark as possible also, so that we can pretend that they're false lashes, but really you're fooling everybody and they're just yours. Alright, then you're just going to do the exact same thing to the bottom lashes. Alright, so here's the part where I kind of like finesse the eyes and make them, you know, look a little bit better. What I'll do is I'll take a black eye pencil and I will line my tight line. And what this does is kind of, in my opinion, or like what I can see, is that it makes the lashes look thicker from the root. Alright, and after that, I will just take the black pencil and put it on just the outer corner of my waterline. This just kind of helps shape my eyes a little bit more, because we didn't do any shaping with shadow, liner, lashes, anything like that. So this just kind of helps shape them and makes them, you know, like a little bit cat eye effect. Just a little bit. And the last thing I'll do is, after my lashes are dry, I will take my fingers like this and I will push the lashes up for about, I don't know, 10 seconds, 10 to 15 seconds each. Kind of push them up. And it just helps them stay up. I do this like throughout the night or whatever. I just kind of like give them a little lift here and there. Alright, now we're going to move back to the face. I'm going to use some blush. I'm just going to be using this NYC Mosaic face powder. This is in Pink Cheek Glow. And I'm just going to mix all the colors together lightly and put that on the apples of my cheeks. Alright, so for highlight, you literally can use any highlight that you want. I was just going to show a fairly inexpensive one. I think I've only shown this once on my channel, but this is the Wet n Wild Mega Glow Highlighting Palette. They also have the individual highlighters, which look like this right here. And these are amazing as well. But the palette, I just think the palette is just so pretty and perfect for the holidays. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mix the colors Sweet Peony and Blushing Azalea together on my brush. And we are going to go ahead and highlight these cheeks. Now, highlight is something that'll really take your look to the next level. It'll make it look like you really spent a lot of time if you just glow up those cheeks. A tiny bit on my nose, forehead, Cupid's bow for sure, and then chin. I'm also going to take the Sweet Peony one and put that, sorry, I don't mean to flick you guys off, in my inner corner to brighten that part up a little bit. Now before we move on into lips, I'm going to set this in place. Alright, before I do the lips, I will be right back. I'm going to put on my outfit because I don't want to get red lipstick everywhere, and I will be right back. Okay, I'm back. I have my outfit on. This jean jacket is from Charlotte Russe, and this shirt I believe is from Forever 21. Alright, so moving back to the face, I'm going to go in and do my lips now. And whenever I think of holiday glam or being festive in any way, or even just like any time of the year when you want to like spice up your makeup but you really don't want to spend that much time, my go-to is a red lip. I just feel like a red lip is so fierce, so glam, and anytime you don't have time to do anything but you still want to look so good, a red lip will 100% take your look to the next level. Even if you just have on like a BB cream, highlighter, mascara, and a red lip, you're gonna look like you spent some time. You're gonna look so good, okay? So a red lip is a must, especially during the holiday season. If you feel like you can't rock a red lip, just try it. I used to feel like red lips looked ridiculous on me. I used to feel like I looked like a clown. I hated wearing red lips, but now I wear them all the time. You just gotta get used to seeing yourself with it. And above all, you just gotta be confident with it. That's how you rock a red lip. Confidence. Okay, so I'm gonna start by lining my lips with the Jordana Easy Liner in Sedona Red. Alright, so let's just put us in a little scenario here. Let's just say you have a holiday party, super busy all day, you didn't have time to shower, you didn't have time to really do anything, and you're looking at your hair and it looks like this, like it looks like a hot mess. You take it down, you're looking at it, you're like, what? Here is the most simple hairstyle that I could possibly think of that won't, even if your hair is extreme, like you're on like 4-day hair, right? Even if it's like extremely greasy, you can't do anything with it. Dry shampoo won't even save you, but you still want to look like the fiercest, most glam girl in the room. I got you. I got you. You don't even have to use a comb or anything. You can literally just use your finger. Go down the center. Then you're just gonna take your brush. Alright, so I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take one side of my hair and I'm gonna almost like pull the bangs forward to shape the hairstyle. Take it forward and then back behind the ear just like that. Same thing on the other side. And again, if you have the greasy hair going on, the dry shampoo can't save you hair. Your hair is gonna stick like this wonderfully. Alright, once we have it like that, you're just gonna want to smooth out any of the bumps on either side and behind the head as well. Alright, then you're going to take it into a low pony and you can go ahead and fix it. If anything gets messed up, you can go ahead and just fix it as you go. Alright, once you have it exactly how you want it, with no bumps in sight, pretty slick back, you're going to want to just secure it in a ponytail at the nape of your neck, down low. Alright, and it should look like this. Now, for the ponytail, I learned this from one of my friends who I went to high school with. She does hair now, and she does Tip Tuesdays on her Facebook. Her name is Sharon. She's so awesome. I learned this from her. So what you're going to want to do once your hair is in the ponytail is you're going to want to take the top of the ponytail and the very bottom, I don't know how I'm going to show it, like the very bottom of it, and you're going to pull each one. You're going to pull the top to make it a little bit more voluminous here, and you're going to pull the bottom to make your ponytail look even longer. Do you see how it gives it that like pop right there? Just like that. Do you see? And then what I like to do sometimes, because my head is like oddly shaped, I feel like, I kind of just like push my hair so it still looks like the slicked effect, but you have a little bit more volume. And then you're just going to take your hairspray once you have it exactly how you want it. Alright, and then just to top off everything and make yourself look like even more like, oof, you're going to put on some fancy earrings. It makes yourself feel real good. Alright, and after you're done with that, the whole look is complete and you look like you spent so much time on your hair and makeup, but you really didn't. Everything was pretty simple, if I do say so myself. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you did by giving this video a thumbs up, and also, if you'd like to follow me on my social media, that will be linked down below and also at the end of this video in the end card. Also, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by hitting the button down below if you'd like to see more videos from me. And also, if you want to be notified when I release a new video, don't forget to hit the bell button down below. Thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next one. Bye!